Da-da-da. Yeah. Okay, I woke up, decided to stream. Been sleepy all day. I don't know why. I got my oxygen at night and stuff. Um, but yeah, I've learned something else today, and so I should share it. I don't know if anybody's going to join in and watch. Uh huh. Multimedia message from my son. Okay, I'm see if did somebody else start streaming or something. Okay, I've got zero. Zero. There's somebody. I don't know who's watching. Says they got somebody watching. The three watching now. What was oh, well, that other channel, it don't matter because you're not gonna learn anything from the other guy that's streaming now. But I'll tell you something very important. When Forrest Fenn says water high, and how you doing, Jason and Maria? Um, the name Moses means saved from the water. And so Moses, halfway up that 1,000-foot karst that represents the 1,000-foot karst where his airplane exploded into a fireball, is water high. And in fact, what I was learned here was Moses means saved from the water, and Elijah is fire, means fire. So, and Moses was brave. He was wise. He said, "Hear me all." He had the golden cow. Bessie is the golden calf, or whatever. It was made from the gold that they stole from Pharaoh. They stole the gold from Pharaoh and melted it into this golden cow. Well, Bessie's the golden cow. But there, a lot of the stuff in the poem, Moses is the meekest man on the earth. So, and his name means saved from the water. He was at the burning bush. That's a blaze. He's halfway up it's, and Forrest said, "Hey, J.A." Yeah. So Moses said, what did Moses say? He said, "Hear me all. Listen good. What the hell are you doing with that cow?" Right? All the people were partying and having orgies, and he was like, and he took the tablets and smashed them, right? But Moses is Moses is the key to it, because all of his characteristics are in the poem. He's the high water. His name means saved from the water. He's a blaze. Forrest said on Jenny Kyle's site that success is an omnipotent guru, and the only person that he called an omnipotent guru was Leo Salazar, the guy who carved Moses. And Forrest made a point to say that wood was basically, that wood didn't cringe or anything. It took to Leo's knife real well, you know. Words were fit for any Sunday school. And you got Eugene Tellis trying to tell, there's no religion, nothing to do with Moses at all. It's like you're trying to tell people that Moses has nothing to do with it. He's the freaking blaze. He's halfway up a karst. Why did Why did Forrest? Why does he have Moses on his second step in his den? Because he's represents God and godliness or whatever. Who knows? Ow. Tendon they cut. So yeah, I don't have a lot to say other than that. You know, Moses is all those things. Let me see. I do have a little bit more here. Moses is the blaze. And the wooden Moses that Forrest has was modeled after the one halfway up the karst. So Moses is water high. He's also at the hand of God, the burning hand. The hand of God was, you know, and God had, so stick your hand in the flame, burn your hand. Now put it near your heart, and your hand, and his hand was healed. You know, he says that's how you can prove to these people. I can't prove to anybody anything until Forrest, possibly until Forrest passes away and says Bill Gorman did it. And he ain't giving it up until he's dead. He said he's taking it with him. And there are all these people, oh, show me the treasure if you figure. It's like those people that say, if you tell me to show you the treasure and Forrest is still alive, I'm telling them, double blazes, dude. Not going to happen, I don't think. Possible it could happen. Maybe Forrest is waiting for me to figure out that Moses really, that his name means water. and so if he's halfway up 1,000-foot karst, he's water high. He's high. He's up there. Yeah, he's the water high water. He's bold. Moses was bold. He took Pharaoh's gold, so he is bold. He took Pharaoh's treasures, bold. That was Moses that took those treasures. He was brave. He's a blaze. He's wise. And Leo carved him in the wood. So Moses is in the wood on the second step of Forrest's den. Brave and in the wood. He went alone in the desert for 40 days. So not far, but too far to walk. If you were walking for 40 days, would that be too far to walk if it was somewhere that took 40 days? But I think in the treasure hunt, it relates, it converts to 40 miles, not 40 days. All similarities, you know, and Moses is the key. He was a wise man. And you got to be wise as Moses. Moses was the meekest man on earth. Important literature. The Bible's important literature here. And the thing is, the things that are really important, Forrest didn't mention. When he says important literature, he's and all those books he mentions, Catcher in the Rye, For Whom the Bell Tolls, and a Farewell to Arms, all of those starred Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper was in them. Gary Cooper was some sort of omnipotent guru too, you know. Well, he played Sergeant York, and Sergeant York has the target wasn't a target with the concentric circles. The target was a V shape, and you had to put the bullet right in the bottom of the V. That was the target in the target shooting for Sergeant York, and he was an expert shot. And I got the one of those post sinus surgery sneezes. So basically, Moses is the blaze. Eugene trying to tell me that no, nothing to do with it. Try and run that by Forrest, Eugene. I've figured it out. It's I know where Moses is. I've been underneath where he is, searching several times. I'm going to go search again, probably this here in the next week. Okay, I'll make it a point try and get up there in the next 2 weeks. I'll say because I got to travel for doctor appointments. I got to go see my sinus doctor because they put off my follow up my surgery follow up. They postponed that because of the virus stuff. So I'm a month late for my post surgery follow up. And story time is ultra rare. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome, Selena. Yeah, Moses was ridiculed and all that stuff too, you know. And God said, "Here, burn your hand, and here I'll show you how you can heal people and all this, and then they'll believe you that you have powers of God if you can perform miracles, you know." Because nobody believed Moses. Nobody believes, or very few believe me. There's very few people that are true followers, and a lot of critics, and mostly lurkers. So I really didn't have a lot to talk about because but I got a little more information about Moses. I think I figured out that Moses was water. Moses means water. Think osmosis. Osmosis. It's a water treatment, So look at it that way, Moses is water high, and he's warm waters, and so all of the clues point to Moses. In Egypt, yes, I found Thoth and Anubis and Isis and these Egyptian figures and Moses, but Moses is actually Thoth. There wasn't a Moses 14,000 years ago. Moses' story is maybe 4,000 years old at the most. Mesopotamia. No, not Mesopotamia. No. It's Atlantis. The Egyptians all came from Atlantis. The Egyptians were Atlanteans. After Atlantis was destroyed, they built Egypt. So when if you want to go back deep into ancient Egypt, before Egypt was Atlantis. And the Hopi are part of it. The Hopi said that the white men, the black men, and the brown man came out of the earth here. This is where civilization was born. One of the searchers just shared with me a link from the sand dunes up here, and that Clovis points from 10,000 years ago found here in this area, and a lot of people are really ignorant with stuff that's more than 2,000 years old. Yeah, Starman, that was a great movie. I love that movie. What did he learn and go report back to his alien world with? Yeah, Moses went alone. He's the meekest man. He's high water. He's bold. He was bold. He's heavy. He had heavy hands, or I think it was what they were, in the Bible. It talks about his heavy hands or something. He was brave to tell Pharaoh, free my people. And he's a blaze. He was wise, and he's carved out of wood in Forrest's place. But the Moses that's been there since ancient times is in stone. You're not going to find. That's why you don't find. I don't. These ruins I found. It's also all and any wood has gone deteriorated. It's gone. So you're not going to find any structures of that sort and stuff. Most bones are gone. You know, like Forrest was saying about that mammoth tusk, it was crumbling away. Yeah, this is the Garden of Eden is right here in Colorado. That up there where Moses is the Garden of Eden, and that's what Leo Salazar said. That's where Moses received the Ten Commandments, as he carved a perfect likeness of that Moses. Uh, and that Moses, I've found that Moses, so you know, it's there he is. He's standing on a mammoth. So I had the other picture. Let's see. Yeah. See, there he is a little further back. And you see there's two other figures here. See the arm coming over? Face here. There's a face there. And there's Moses. Yeah, sometimes I feel as if my brother is the Antichrist. I mean, he go along with anything. My sister was giving me shit about my VA benefits, telling me, "Oh, you don't deserve your benefits." I'm like, "Excuse me, you tell that to any other veteran, you probably get punched in the face, bitch." My sister, she's always been the control freak, boss of the family, you know. Calls me the black sheep of the family when she's the actual black sheep. And what do I got to go on tomorrow? Let's see. They were here. Yeah, it was here in Colorado. Even the Hopi say that men came out of the earth here. This is where they came out. And when they were making Adam out of mud, they were making him one of these sculptures in the rock. Mud was the ancient concrete. That's what they called mud, I guess. And so they molded probably Moses out of some. And when you look at that Moses, he's got all the colors in his robe, and the stuff around him isn't quite so colorful, you know. So he's a bright blaze. And otherwise, other than going up there and looking again and again and again and not finding it, you know, I think Forrest in his scrapbooks was hinting that the lead searcher doesn't know when to give up because I found the Moses. And all I'm waiting for is the title that comes. But that doesn't come until they put Forrest in the box. Think inside the box when Forrest is inside the box. Ant-Man. Help them weather the storm above. Yeah, the Ant-Man. That's right. Yeah, the guys that came out of the earth were the Ant-Men. Yeah, they're the ants. Everybody's stomping on the ants. And what he's saying is these searchers are ants, and the lead searcher is a mammoth. No, I did my B12 shot today. That's what that shit comes in a bottle like that. You put it in a needle and I stick it in my leg. I do that once a month. And hopefully with the oxygen and taking vitamins, I'm trying to get back in my health right, you know. but my legs aren't swelling up anymore, and that's partly because I'm getting enough oxygen at night. My legs were swelling up because I was getting so low on oxygen when I sleep. And I've only been on the oxygen 4 nights, so, and I'm slowly feeling better. I'm slowly feeling better. Ants are strong, hard too. Yeah. Yeah, I piss on the ants. They're piss ants. There's a lot of searchers out there that are piss ants. Yeah, I don't need. I said the swelling in my legs gone away. I don't need that anymore. I've gotten the oxygen. I'm taking the vitamins. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And my socks aren't cutting into my legs because the swelling isn't there. It's helped it out. It's caused by the lungs and stuff, the edema and whatever. And so now I'm shriveling up. My bones are starting to stick out. Ants are strong. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I got some other pictures of Moses. If you want to see more pictures of Moses, there's one further back even. There's one. Let's see. And you see Moses? He's right there. Right there. And so when you go looking for Moses, he's halfway up that karst. Look at this cliff. And it goes down behind. This hill's in front. That hill's in back. And this one goes down. You can't see the bottom of this cliff he's on. So Moses is water, and he's very high up there. Now you get this into focus. Why is it going fuzzy like that? Do I got shit on the lens? No. Come on down here, Moses. There's Moses. It looks kind of like some type of biblical illusion. But that's Moses up there. And there's other figures over here. See this guy here, Smiley? There's a smile in his eyes. And he's holding this elephant here, this mammoth. What's below? See, there's a face on this rock under here. And there's some other figures down here. See. But that's where Leo Salazar, that's where Moses received the 10 Commandments. You know, this almost looks like 2 tablets here. Good day, good day, good day, good day. Down under. 50 feet. 50 feet. Well, 50 feet of what? He's, that's why he said people within 200 feet, you can't, he's at least 200 feet up the side of the cliff. And he's at 9,200 feet. So he's 1,000 feet below another water high. There are several water highs and several waters in the chase. Look at this nose here. Yep. You see the 2 eyes? Bink, bink. There's a face there. 75 feet. No, he's this. I've been on top of this mountain. I've been directly above Moses and directly below him. I've looked up there. Mothman. The Mothman. He kind of appeared and disappeared in different places. The stag. Yeah, I got neat stag pictures. There when I was the camp host up at Big Meadows, I was doing my rounds. You go around and check the bathrooms, and on the last part coming back, I seen this buck with velvet horns, and I got a beautiful picture of that buck. And wooden Moses. I think Joe got one of Leo Salazar's Moses. I don't know where Joe is. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. But you had him take his shoes off. With Forrest, with the Buffalo Cowboy car, Forrest had to walk home barefoot. Well, Moses was told to take his shoes off because he was on holy ground. Forrest had to walk home because he was on holy ground. He's trying to. Maybe he wasn't barefoot. Maybe he's just got his shoes wet. Who knows? But it also the poem it tells you how to get from Pagosa to where Moses is, and Pagosa is just smelly water. It stinks. Pagosa means stinks, smells bad, and of course, because it's a sulfur hot spring, you smell some sulfur and stuff. It happens in 3 weeks here. The state opens. Everybody's out. Crazy. Yeah. The traffic here is normal. You still stuck behind somebody going down the highway, and the traffic's out there just like the first couple of weeks there was less traffic, but now the traffic is normal. People are starting to get back, and I'm hoping the little Mexican restaurant here opens up so I can go get a chimichanga. I'm not a good chimichanga maker at home, so I like to go out for those. Hey, Bob. And I got a new toy. Let me get something for that first here. Where is it? That's it? Yeah, that's it, I think. I got a thing for my sounds. The speaker I use in here, it's hanging from the ceiling. It's got ornaments on it and stuff, and so I can't really just drag it outside. So I got this thing for $35, I think it was, and plus tax and free shipping. And this thing, well, what I gotta do, I gotta put some music in it that isn't YouTube copyright restricted. There. And when you turn this thing on, man, this thing really goes. Whoop, turn on here. Boom. And it lights up. I like the lights on it. You put it on the roof of the car and glue it down on the roof and go down the highway. Yeah. Oh, it's blue.
FM tuner. Yeah. Aux input model. Music.
You can tell it was made in China. Oh, is there no music? Nope. I thought I had music on there. Oh, maybe it's this other one. Take that one out. I don't know which one I had in there. It's this one then, huh?
Music.
Music. I like this box. And the thing is, this thing, for $35, and it does Bluetooth too, so I could program, you know. I got it connected to my tablet, so I can play the music off of there onto it. That's Moses music, isn't it? What the fuck? Why did this start playing? Come on, let's twist again. Why did that start playing the twist? But okay, let's go to the next one. That's kind of religious. It's a good little boom box. Can you see these? It booms. YouTube music. It'll get your ears ringing. Okay, we want to go backwards.
Music.
There's some bass. Yeah, I ain't got the bass turned up either. It's got a bass switch and a in time. To the tops of the kings of the tops, with the lights and shining armor. I would find my true love and I'd bring it back with me. And we could live happily ever after with a bang. Take a it's the time machine. And your Prince Charming would come along and say that dragon farewell. And don't you wish that life tasted like it's back? That's my ex's daughter singing. Well, you don't sing about with my future before creator. Yeah. Early bird specials. I'm not gonna get a strike on this. The Angels let me play. I'm gonna make $1 million off of you and this broken heart of mine. Yeah, I'm gonna have $1. got a convoy. Yeah.
I'm gonna trash your Honda Accord. Yeah, I'm gonna make a million. I'll pay you back this broken heart of mine. Well, I'm gonna have
There are people out there that'll try and record. Oh, he's playing somebody's music. Let's find who made that music and report Bill Gorman to the person. No. Yeah, I can get away with playing this one too, I think. Because it's a different version. It's a studio. It's a live recording. It's Moses is water. Moses is water high. Moses is halfway up a 1,000-foot karst.
just took my soul to
Yeah, but YouTube won't catch it because it's not one of their. It's a kind of another recording of it.
Don't think aloud. Turn your head on, baby, just get me out. Don't worry about, don't speak aloud. But turn your head now, baby, just get me out.
This thing cranks. The Awakening. No, wait. You know how to get the Jehovah's Witnesses to stop knocking on your door? Answer the door in your boxer shorts, and they don't come back. Low RF streams are deep. Yeah. And the vanity. I played it for like 4 hours or so. It's a BS 5505. That's a bazooka sound. This thing rocks, man. You can make the enemy deaf with it. It comes in camo too, Jason. I got the blue one. This you can see the blue. So,
Don't scream aloud, don't think aloud. Turn your head now, baby, just let me out. Don't worry about. Hey girl, you've been looking for your knight in shining armor. Your true love, your Prince Charming, your everything. Yeah, well, Cinderella and the Snow White never knew what they were in for.
she's one of the angels that helped me find the treasure.
You out of a big old knife.
The girl. She was election day 2008. She was killed by a truck driver on the wrong side of the highway. When she was 21.
3, go!
Yeah,
My
that
life
was.
is like a checkerboard. I can't move to the left or the right.
The cops came like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, knocked on the door, and I had to wake her mother up so the cops could tell her mother that she was killed. And when the cops knock on the door at 2 in the morning, you know it's not good news. Forrest's gonna go under one day. Well, it's not funny, but
I'm going under his head. My life is like a movie star. I'm acting out every line. This is not a fiction. Is this a story about my life?
he's going under. Yeah.
This is reality, or is it a dream? Well, preacher, can you help me? Oh, down on my knees, 'cause I'm going under.
These were all songs she wrote too. I recorded them. That's why I'm allowed to play them. I recorded their music. I was their sound person.
Why do I stay so tight? 'Cause the fire burned down.
Yeah. Yeah, it works too. I got the light on the end for my face. Smoking peace pipe, yeah. The fire's burned down.
Oh, the fire's burned down. I like it all alone. You ain't been where you belong.
You died in your sleep last week. Yeah. You never know when it's coming. It's like Forrest, he put the book out. He didn't expect to live this long, I don't think. You know, when you're 80 years old, well, I ain't got much longer to go. My dad went at 67, my mother at 53. They were very lucky to live to 80 and more. Where? No, I don't think Grace Slick is behind me now. I do have pictures of her. Where'd you see her? I do have pictures of Grace Slick. There's Alice Cooper. Well, he's up there. That's Alice Cooper. Grace Slick. Where is she?
All that's left of us is this cold like this ash.
I got pictures of Grace Slick I can show you.
Trying to kindle its last flame. 'Cause the fire's burned down. Oh, the fire's burned down. Wipe away my tears. Just laughing off my mistakes.
Top left.
And go back away. When I'm sorry for the pain I made. Yeah, I'm sorry for the pain I made. Well, Mama, I'm heading on a fire.
Oh, I know. I got pictures of Grace Slick.
Don't you worry about dinner.
I'm not seeing her right here. I got Ronnie Montrose over here. The other left.
Mama, don't be mad when I get there.
Ah, yes. That's Grace Slick.
And won't you wipe away my tears?
Yeah, I can show you Grace Slick better.
Just like that on my mistake.
Come on, Gord.
Oh, by the way,
It's Grace Slick right there.
I'm sorry for the pain I made.
Ah,
When I'm
let's do it even different.
When I'm sorry for the pain I made. 'Cause mama just told
There's Grace Slick and Greg Chiquisco. That's Grace. And White Rabbit. White Rabbit, Grace Slick. Well, see, that's Grace. It's Alice Cooper and Ronnie Montrose.
me to follow your dreams. She used to
Trying to
say,
get this thing turned around. Come on. Turn around. There.
That was a long, long time ago. And I was just a dreamer my life away. I was just a
Gonna do it in the warm waters? In the Moses? You do baptisms in Moses.
growing up.
That's Moses.
Everybody went. I was gonna have that big.
These are my great grandparents right here. That picture right there with the white around it. That's my great grandparents. It's their wedding in 1875 or so. I've seen Moses. I know where you got to know where Moses is. The Moses at Forrest. The Leo carved.
Falling fast. I can't seem to let go and see you with this small town. Makes all my memories flood back, and I ask myself why. Just like
One thing I like about this, it charges using a micro USB. So you don't need special power supplies and all that. Just micro USB charges it. Erased from my memory. Can you be erased from my memory?
Come back and love me like you used to love me. Just love me like you used to. Oh, come back and love me.
Yeah. I got plenty of room for RVs here. Or tents, whatever.
Well, there you are. Even in my dreams and when I wake up, when I'm in at night, when I find that you're not there, I think how life is so unfair. So I try to forget. like you used to love me. Just love me like you used to. Oh, come back and love me, love me. Just love me like you used to.
She could have gone places.
Raised from my memories, from my mentality. Go away, get out of my
Never know what you'll find. Like Gordon Cooper.
Just love me like you used to. Come back and love me, love me. Just love me like you used to. Falling fast. I can't seem to let go of the past.
Running Bears here and not in the. He's not who. Did I miss one? Oh, we did that one. This was one of my favorites she did. I got woke up, they were playing this. I'm laying in bed sleeping, I hear this. Man, that's going to be a hit. So we'll play this whole thing.
Cause you know that I love you. You know I want you. You know I need you. You know I love you for the rest of my life.
Which wasn't long. She died about a month after this song.
They say there's someone out there for everyone, but I know that I can't move on. I went through all the heartache of the past, and now all I see is my future. You know I want you. You know I need you. You know I love you for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. For the rest of my
I'm telling people carry them animals out of the forest.
I'm sure that you've heard it before. Baby, sure. If you just give me a chance, I can give you all the love that I can. 'Cause I want you. You know I need you. You know I love you for the rest of my life. 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 I want you. You know I need you. You know I love you for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. For the
Catch you later, Night. Oh, now we can go back because that's the YouTube music starting up there. I don't have many songs on this. Yeah.
Well, maybe in the park about half past 1 now. We going down there and some all by ourselves.
All alone, all by myself.
I don't need anybody with me. Gonna do it all by myself.
I've done it all by myself.
You find mommy, you know it too.
Nobody helped me find the treasure.
You all by myself. All by myself. I don't need anybody with me. Gonna love you by myself.
Nobody ever listened to that.
And now, baby, don't understand. I got to be your lover, man, all by myself. All by myself.
Another dead musician.
Love you all by myself.
Exhausting to think about what? 1,000 Scout. Yeah, I was a Boy Scout. That's how I learned to read maps when I was like 12, you know. What's it gonna? How far back did I go on it? Only got a few songs on this. Hey, Joe. I'm showing him my new my boombox.
You know the night time is the right time for you to be.
There's a dead blues musician I knew.
Night time is the right time for you to be with the one you really love. You know the night time, anytime is the right time to be with the one you love now.
Yeah, for $35, this is a killer boombox.
You know my mother, she heavy dead now, and my father left the poor child to cry. Yeah, my mother.
This guy's name was Steve Miller. It's not the same Steve Miller you all know.
Left the poor child to cry.
He died. This guy died about 2005.
I know any time is the right time to be with the one you love.
Yeah, you need one of these in your shop, Whoopi.
I'm calling my baby. Baby.
You got them on both ends.
Baby. Come over here and sit by my side. Keep me.
Boom. Where is it? Trying to get up to out of his album. Oh, not there yet. Oh.
Thanks for having us.
Okay.
She's a picture, perfect picture of innocence.
Okay.
Such a Latin child.
So I kind of recap about Moses. Some people weren't here. Moses means water. Moses means water. And he's water high because he's halfway up 1,000-foot karst. And he's ablaze. And he's wise. And he's the meekest man on earth. And he said, hear me all. Listen good. And he's... Leo carved him into wood. So Moses is in wood. It's all ties to Moses. When the water falls. When the water high falls. Who knows how Moses has been up there on the cliff for 12,000, 13, 14,000 years. Leo did. Is that Collective Soul?
Now she's questioning she's questioning yeah, she's looking for me.
I really like this speaker. I gave him a really good review. Leo Salazar. Yeah. I like that Moses that Joe has. That's neat. I asked Forrest if I could have his Moses when he's done with him. It's $350. I don't think he'd sell them for $350. I think that Moses is worth more than $350 to Forrest now. Parting up the waters. Yeah, well, Moses means saved from the water. Yeah, I wrote it down. Moses was saved from the water. That's why his name. That's why Moses. That's what Moses means. Moses is water. Osmosis. Reverse osmosis. Where waters part. Story. Key word. The key is a story. Meek is a key word because Moses was the meekest man on earth. You search the internet. Moses, meek. Search the internet. Moses, water. Search the internet for Moses with words in the poem. Moses, the sacred cow. The sacred cow. the cow, the golden calf. Yeah. I don't think there's any sense in new searchers. There's no reason to get into the search because it's basically over now. It's not the right time. It's over. Pretty much over. You can't bump the lead searcher at this point. It's too late. Possession's 9/10 of the law. Okay, story. Up into the mountaintop. I can show you Moses, Joe, when you come out. It's not over, Joe. It is. It's pretty much because I found Moses years ago. Forrest gave me the hand of God sign, you know. It's like this. Jumper, it's a ride. Well, yeah. Well, no, you can see Moses from a safe place. You can see Moses from your car. I'll say that. But You got to have at least a 300 millimeter lens to see Moses. Brown. Oh yeah, Brown is David Jennings Brown. The campgrounds don't open here till the end of May normally. So, but the boondocking areas are open. Yeah, if you want to come to this area, and I know where to boondock here, and there's people out there camping with their RVs and fifth wheels, and they're here. Oh yeah, yeah. I go camping off the old Spanish Trail. That's where I boondock there, and I boondock up near the pass. I go back and forth, but they got me on this oxygen. I got 3 big oxygen tanks and stuff. I can't be hauling them up there and all that shit unless I get a concentrator or something. You don't need reservations to boondock. You just need an open space. Yeah. Yep. It takes the SD card. We go under the screaming sky, looking at the water reflecting the city lights, and then I in the dressing room, but I didn't know it was all a blue. It's a party machine. Yeah, I go camping close to 10,000 feet. And with my breathing, I got to think about living at a lower altitude. Boogie Woogie Box. Yeah, I'll bring it by next time. We'll blast your shop with it, Bill. Like a nice summer round table, and he was screaming. A woody bog. A woody bog. A Fenn is a muddy bog, and I found him up to his eyeballs in the mud. Yeah, I found one water high, and Moses is 1,000 feet below that. Where warm water's halt, it goes to hot springs. It's 1,000 feet down in the hot, steamy bottom. And then you come up, you find the other water high, and the Moses is 1,000 feet below that water. So there's 3 water highs, 3 where warm water halt. Bondo. Yeah. Yeah, I can see New Mexico from here.
This is one of the first songs I wrote. It's called Go Save Your Soul. I wrote about the first time I went to LA. I think it's an incredible thing that so many of us are told that nobody can know you better than somebody else. So anyway, here we go. People living their lives stole you home to me. They say they're better than you, and you agree.
He's a Mason.
She says, oh, my comes from me, and those gold brick one says, come here, boy, there ain't nothing for free. Another burger, another hot dogs and fries. Wishing the well of your health don't go to hell. Well, another doctor's bill, a lawyer's bill, another cute cheap thrill. You know I love him. If you put him in your will,
She keeps saying Bill.
who will save your souls when it comes to the flowers? Who will save your souls after those lies that they told? And who will save your souls if you won't save your own? We try to hustle them, try to bustle them, try to cuss them. The cops want someone to bust down on.
It's got some neat lights on it, though. I would just wish you went to the music instead of a pattern.
Where the homeless have their homes. So we pray to as many different gods as our flowers. But we call religion our friend. We're so worried about us saving our souls. We're afraid that God will take us home that we forget to begin by.
Scottish Rite. When I went to the Alamo. If you go to the Alamo, right around the corner is the Scottish Rite Museum. That's pretty interesting. Go in there and see some of that old Scottish Rite stuff. And they deny any kind of organized New World Order thing at Scottish Rite. See, my ancestors were the Declares and William Marshall. They're my ancestors, and they were the original. They were the Templars. Those strings you got to cut, so get out on the streets, girls, and bust your butts. Who will say, hey, Later, Jason. Cortez. Oh, that's over on the other side of the divide. It's where the lords of the horizons of the West. And Forrest Fenn's poem covers both sides of the Continental Divide. People thought that it might cross state lines. The only line it crosses is the Continental Divide.
Music I think called the rainy days, specially designed not to make you go astray. You know, rainy days, rainy, rainy, rainy all day. So long, 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 rainy days, rainy, rainy, rainy all day. So long, 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 long. Think one day, then me sit down on the sofa. Look outside, it was raining all over. Go in the other room and then me put on the fire. So me get cool and me body a shiver. The color for that I said I started to wonder. 3 hours gone, the rain just a thunder. All the time it just a look from the dark sky. Hurry up and bring back the sun. Rainy days, rainy, rainy, rainy out there. So long, 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 rainy days. Rainy, rainy out there. So long, 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 long. When me back I
know which ones? You know which ones they were, Muddy? Woody, you know which ancestors? Mine were the Hopkins. I'm descended from the Hopkins that came on the Mayflower. The father and the son and the daughter. They're all my ancestors. My grandparents were 9th cousins. One descended from Stephen Hopkins and the other from Mary Hopkins. Both the brother and sister on the Mayflower. Brown, yeah. Oh, yeah. Robert Rogers, his wife was a Brown, and Pastor Brown banned Robert Rogers from coming back to America. The movie Northwest Passage, there's Reverend Brown.
Everybody happy we are 1963 only. People say, yo, what you forget about us? Many years ago, yes. Finding it hard. South Africa is full of sharks. It's a shame that we didn't have no wars or rainy days.
I think he's on the end, just reflectors of the speakers. Yeah. I'll go get something, show you something. I'll be right back.
Outside my window, sing serene. Till I find myself all be so very proud. But I will not get past the thing that down. And I hear the sound of the roar. And I hear the sound of the and I hear I think it's cold. And I hear
You mean this one? You know what this is, right? All aboard! Heading for America. It's probably got cobwebs on it. I ain't moved it for a long time. Let's see, it's a Mayflower. Yeah. A friend of mine gave me this probably about 2006. It needs some rigging repairs.
Almost every little.
Yeah, it's got cobwebs. Look at it. It's a ghost ship. The Mayflower. The Mayflower. My ancestors came on it. I have ancestors who came with Captain Smith, too. I like this song. Oh, I think it's losing power. Or the speakers just aren't aimed at me. Reach out my hand. So, oh yeah. No, no, that was the Mayflower. Pilgrims. It's the Mayflower.
I would like to hold my little hand.
Not much different, I guess. That was only 25 years after the Columbus and all that. Or no, it was 125. Yeah. I got some pictures that when a tall ship came through Coos Bay out in Oregon. Got some pictures of the ship sailing across the bay. Okay. Boom. That light's bad, huh? Golden hands. You just hang this on the ceiling, hang it on a wall. I got a hook right up. I got a hook up there. I hang. Here. This. See if it gets louder when I plug the power in. No. I'll check here if Carrier coming, Harbor. Yeah, I lived in Bremerton, Washington, and you can see the carriers coming in and out. I got pictures of the Carl Vinson crossing in front of Mount Rainier. That's you don't see many pictures of them crossing in front of Mount Rainier. Oh. Oh, here, the light's on now. This is the Mayflower. My ancestors came. If you've been on the Mayflower, that's like putting all them people in my RV or something. It wasn't that big of a boat. It's not that big of a boat. And all them people that they had in there, they must have been sleeping on top of each other. That's how my ancestors got here, from people sleeping on top of each other. I need to dust that thing off. It has dust on the deck. Deep dust on the deck. Yeah, I'll take it off and take it outside and blow it off. Moses is water. Warm water, the burning bush, Moses. It's all, Moses is success is an omnipotent guru. Success is the person who can find Moses. And I found Moses. Forrest can say it's done, but he wants us to go till his end. He's not giving up the treasure till he's dead.
No good place to hide. Concrete is my color. Those nuggets is my pride.
See, you don't hear that version of the song, do you? The Nuggets.
Get me out of here. The subway steamer chance. Take me to the country and dip me in something.
One of my 64 gigabyte SD card. Freaking computer can't read it. It won't open. That's why you got to back everything up on at least 2. That's loud. You get used to it being loud, though. Man, I'm getting wrinkled. I don't have as much fat stretching my skin out anymore. Yeah, I'm 62. 62 and 2 months, or 62 and 1 month. 1 month, 5 days. Today, third. Yeah, today's my dad's birthday. My dad would have been 88 today, but he died in 2000. He went for heart surgery at Kaiser Hospital, and he had heart surgery went okay and stuff, but a day after his heart surgery, coughed and his sternum cracked back open, and they left him lay there for 3 days there getting sucked in and out through that crack in his sternum before they put him back in surgery. And when they did, they had the heart-lung machine hooked up in reverse, and it blew his heart up like a balloon. And the contents of the filter went into his lungs and destroyed 75% of his lungs, and he died 6 months later. They had butchered him. Kaiser Hospital in California butchered my father. I'm so I yelled at the doctor. I chewed. You think I'm mean to other surgeries? I chewed that doctor a new asshole. I was pissed. I said, you do for my dad what you would do for your father. You know? But it was too late. They already put him on his way to death. Yeah, my dad was in the Navy. He was a radio man he was aviation radio man, and he flew on spy planes and stuff and surveillance craft off the coast. And he was on the Navy swim team and beat guys that come back from the Olympics. He was faster than Johnny Weissmuller. And I was faster than my dad. Yeah. Yeah, when they hooked my dad up to the heart-lung machine, the machine was still set in reverse. Is where they put it in reverse to clean the garbage out of it in between surgeries, and they never turned it back to forward. And California, you can't sue the hospital for more than $200,000, and they said the lawyer said, well, the expert witnesses would be more than the $200,000 limit, and therefore the lawyers don't get anything, the family doesn't get anything, nothing. The only people that make any money is the expert witnesses, and so you can't even. So they made a law that you can't sue them. The doctors are allowed to kill you. They're allowed to make mistakes and stuff, and that's just wrong, you know. But I filed a report I filed a thing with the state, and they investigate. I don't know what they came up with, but they need a, on airplanes, they got a flight recorder, that records everything that happens during the flight. In surgery, they need a surgery recorder that's hooked up to all the their machines that administer medicine and stuff. And all those machines need to be monitored, and the thing needs a camera on it, and the camera goes to the state, direct to the state, so the hospital can't go deleting stuff and covering their ass, because they've really screwed up with my dad. He should still be around. His father lived to be 89. His mother lived to be 94. His great-grandparents lived to be 92, 93. And his great-great-grandfather lived to be 99. So there's no reason for my dad to have gone at 67. 5 years, I'll be as old as my dad was when he went. But Moses is the key. Water means Moses. Moses means water. Osmosis. Let's see what comes up on the internet if I could spell it right. Is it gonna? Osmosis. A process in which molecules of a solvent tend to pass through membrane from a less concentrated solution into a more concentrated one. That comes from water, filtering water and stuff. I get a headache. My oncologist appointment is next week, but I didn't have any authorization from the VA for it, and I call them. I complain. I've been all year long because it expired in February, and so I haven't been able to get my treatment, my phlebotomies, since then because I didn't have authorization for cancer treatment. The VA had their head up their butt, and I finally got them to get their head out of their butt, and I got a call that it was authorized and I can go to my appointment. So before my appointment, I'm going to schedule a phlebotomy thing before I go to the cancer doctor, so she has an update of where I'm at. Yeah, I've been drinking water with tea. Tea water. Now, my blood cancer, see, if I don't get the phlebotomy, then I get too many blood cells, and there's too many blood cells in my head, and the polycythemia vera is the blood cancer I have, and that causes headaches. So I need another one of those. And I did my B12 injection today too, because I have pernicious anemia, I have polycythemia vera, I have Hashimoto's disease, and lupus. So yeah, I'm my own doctor. I have to teach my doctors. She goes, well, I tested and your counts are all just fine. I said, yeah, that's because I was getting treatment. It's because it's getting treated, and that's why it's there. If I didn't have the phlebotomies, my numbers would be off the chart again. So I got all kinds of instructions for oxygen, and I got three big oxygen tanks sitting right behind my RV. And the guy that come out, Forrest Fenn is FF. The guy that came out is VV. And I said, hey, you got one of those repeat initials, He said, oh, my middle one's that too. So he's VVV. V is for victory. Of course, it's Victor. Doctors aren't all they're cracked up to be. No. My doctor, my primary care, my cancer doctor is great. Her husband is my neurologist. But my primary care, I'll go, and she shuts me up right there. I can't get two words out. And so I'm gonna go back to the VA. The VA doctor didn't want me because I have polycythemia vera, pernicious anemia, Hashimoto's, and this, and I just had sinus surgery because I had bad. I got things to take care of, and she wants healthy patients. She doesn't want somebody that requires her to do her job, you know. So I want to fire my doctor, and it's you know she'd be okay if she listened to me. She'd be okay, but she don't want to listen to me. She wants to shut me up. You know, because she knows everything, and I don't want that doctor. And I have trouble finding it. I'm going to tell the VA I want a male doctor next time, and one that isn't gay too. You know, I want a real man for a doctor. Oh, cool. Yeah. Is he? Yeah, he probably worked on Forrest Fenn at some point. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. If you got doctors and nurses for parents, then you should be in pretty good health. My doctor, I couldn't believe it when I went in and see her though, and I was trying to tell I got this trigger finger that see that click that middle finger, watch it snap, it locks and snap. I haven't even been able to tell her about that yet because I'm trying to get my cancer and all this stuff taken care of, and I can't tell you. She said, "Well, you said that hospital wasn't going to let you," and so she didn't even put in for my cancer thing. I was afraid if I put it in, they would deny it. It's not you put it in anyhow, dingbat. Jeez. And yeah, it took me two years to get to the neurologist. So crooked, just from holding the reins on your horse. Yeah, I don't know what mine is. Mine is like that from doing the double blazes. and I got the new a new double blazes shirt on Zazzle. So this one's cheaper. It's like $20. You can't get it in real dark colors. It comes in these colors here. You can pick. These are the colors. So there's no black. What's nice is the gray. Let's see how. Is it going to show it in gray? There. Oh, and that's hardly gray. That's almost white. Coming green. Red. That's a pink. Or red. That red looks orange. And the orange looks yellow. What's the yellow look like? Yellow. Okay. It's almost lime yellow. And a limey green. And is that a beige or something? That's white almost. It's a blue, sky blue. Another blue. Not much different there. And what are these colors? What's it say? I can't. Vivid printing, white underbase. Oh, you can put a white underbase under it. No. See, that would look what happens if you do that. Oh, no. That's another color. Okay. So, yeah, not much different on them. That's more flaming color. But I got the other shirt I just did. Let's see. See, that's my Clovis Man is my Zazzle store. I deleted one of the shirts that had a design that was, and oh, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted the other shirt. Well, it's in my order because I ordered one. There it is. The one with the Moses on the back. If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease. I give you title to the gold. Moses gives you title to the gold. Moses is the one, he went alone in there. Moses was very meek in Numbers 1, 2, 3. And I have the and zoom in this way. The model for the brave wooden Moses was halfway up a 1,000-foot karst, standing on a mammoth. That's no place for meek Moses. And then the meek inherit the treasure. So yeah, this Moses up here, he was the model for this wooden Moses. And that's the solution to the treasure hunt. Find Moses. But you don't know where Moses is. Been alone in there. Yeah. You got to know where Moses is. And the biggest thing is most people aren't able to see Moses. Their imagination can't take them there. Oh, well, and the front of that shirt. The front of the shirt is that's the back with Moses on there. The front is the Double Blazes University. Burning the candle at both ends. Yeah. Most people, you know, some people might, I won't allow myself to see that. You know, there you're really going on. You know, it's denial. There's people that deny that these are the answers, that because they're so sure that it's Yellowstone. And all they got is it's Yellowstone. What in Yellowstone? What is the special thing? The special thing is the Moses that Leo Salazar showed him. And that's why he called Leo Salazar an omnipotent religious guru. And then he says to Jenny Kyle's thing, success is an omnipotent guru. So success is finding Moses. I don't know what date Forrest plans on end. You know, it's when he passes away or when he decides to say, okay, he won. Admit it, Forrest, I won. You just tell him Gorman won, but he can't have the treasure till I'm dead. That's what the deal is, you know? That's why he poked me in the chest. Are you threatening me? Because I know his secret. Two can keep a secret if one of them's dead. We both know the secret where Moses is. That's the secret. Where is Moses? It's a where's Waldo type of thing, you know? Can you find Waldo? Oh, I found Waldo, okay? His Waldo is Moses. So, yeah, the one with the Moses on the back, that shirt's like $30. The one with just the double blazes on the front is $20. But you can't get that one in black. It's only those light colors like I showed you. You can't get them. You have to go up to the next shirt to get the to get black background, which it looks nice on black. Yeah, I found not only Moses, I found Thoth, Anubis, Isis, his pile of airplanes, the double blazes, the Fenn's totem, and he told me he hadn't seen the totem before. When I showed him the totem, he said, "Where's that one at?" And I sent him the coordinates, but he didn't know where it was, and it's like it's right below a campsite, a free campsite. But that road won't open till June. The the campgrounds open Memorial Day weekend. The Forest Service campgrounds open Memorial Day weekend. I know because I was a camp host, and that's when they open. And I was supposed to have this little chintzy campground. It was a $400 a month job to take care of that campground. And a couple weeks before that was going to start, they called me, "Yeah, can you come up here? We don't have anybody at Big Meadows." And I said, "Sure." I come up there, and I was the camp host at Big Meadows all summer. And man, that was great. Except the job. The guy I worked with was an ass. He even sabotaged my RV. He was mad because he got mad at me for something that happened on my day off. He was mad at me for something that happened on my day off that was his responsibility. And when I called him out on it, it pissed him off. And he went and there's an oil filler tube in the front of the RV because the engine's way back behind the radiator wall and stuff. And so the filler thing's out in front of the engine and the dipstick's a mile long and stuff. But he went and he reached, you can reach in there, and he reached in there, he pulled the hose off of the engine where the oil would go into the engine. And so when I put oil in, it just went off in the ground, And so I'm going down, I thought I put oil in. I'm going down the highway and the oil light's coming on. I'm like, oh shit, And so I had to I go to put oil in. And this time I was putting it in over concrete, and I could hear it splashing on the ground when I'm pouring. And I look under it. So what the hell? And so I got oil. I fixed it and got oil in it. But the guy tried sabotaging my RV. There's no way it came off on its own. Somebody had to pull it off of there. And it was somebody with an RV like mine. It wasn't this. He tried blaming it on some guy that had a travel trailer. The travel trailer guy wouldn't know that the Class A motorhome is like this, because, and he knew. So, yeah, he sabotaged it. Yeah. The guy that pulled it, he's a loser. Huh. I knew who you were talking about. And I told the guy that run the owner of the company, because these are private companies that run the campgrounds at the Forest Service. There's a dozen of them, or there's several of them, and they each have these guys had the Rio Grande National Forest and the campground. So there's somebody else that has the San Juan National Forest. Some other company does that. And they wanted me to come back up, and not as long as you got that guy still working for you. I don't want to have to see him. So I think they didn't have anybody at the campground, and that guy had to go service it. And you can go to. I signed up for it in Quartzsite. Arizona. I was down there in January of 17. I went to, they have a big RV gathering in Quartzsite, and a tent, and exhibitors and all that, and all the camp host companies are there, and I went there, and boom, they had the campsite right where I was searching, where I found the Buffalo Cowboy car, and so I signed up for that one, and they ended up putting me in the bigger one. That one only had 18 campsites. They put me in one with 47 campsites. Right here, I'm 7,650 feet. At the bottom of it's the valley. I'm in the valley at 7,650 feet. The mountain behind me is 14,365 feet, something like that. And the water's 60 feet down. It's like, if they get that stimulus that they were talking about, the 2,000 a month for 6 months, that's enough to get me a well. And I can get a well drilled. And if I had a tractor, I'd dig a hole and put me a little shed underground, a little underground shed to put my generator in there and whatever. And on 7,000 feet. Yeah, I'm 7,650. 60 feet down's water. And it's the San Luis Valley water, what is that? I don't know what they call the water. It's one of the biggest aquifers around. And they say that there's this old, this water rights thing that some corporation owns all the water. That's bullshit. That water belongs to everybody, not just some big corporation, That's bullshit. People need water to live. You can't monopolize the water. Anybody monopolizing the water should be hung on a rope. In my book. Free water for the people. I got oxygen. I got 3 big oxygen tanks. And right now, because I'm awake and I'm active, my breathing's okay. But when I go to sleep, my oxygen goes down to like 65. And see, right now it's at 95. So I'm okay when I'm awake, but when I go to sleep, it's a different story. That's when at 93. So, and this thing's a Bluetooth, so I put a new battery in it today. So tonight I set it up with the phone, and my phone will record overnight and give me, it takes a reading every minute or something, and it's and you got a chart you can scroll through and tell you how low the oxygen got. But they changed my medicine for my tremors. Is a heart medicine. I was taking 80 milligrams. They changed that to 60 because my heart rate was going low too when I was sleeping. I was like near death, a zombie state. I had to wake up feeling, oh fuck, what happened? It took me forever to wake up. Since I got the oxygen, I wake up faster. You mean this stuff? If I went to the store, I'd get about half a jar for $100. But I get it locally, so I get a full jar for $100. And usually when I go there, it's like, oh, well, if you do this for me, I'll give you an extra half an ounce. Yeah. So, what are you waiting for? For what? Are you talking about treasure? The treasure is waiting for Forrest Fenn to pass away. It's in his will. The meek shall inherit the treasure. Oh, that's okay, Whoopi. They're behaving anyhow. I still want YouTube to change that wrench to an axe. Chop, chop. Open jar. Really green with that light, huh? And this was grown within a mile of here. Yeah. I've got the grinder with some in there. I think it's about time to get a new grinder. This grinder is like 6 years old. 6 years old. On the road, cannabis to the. My kid works at an army place, and going to work every day, he passes this big field of CBD marijuana. They grow it in them 1 mile round circle things that you see on Google Earth. Some of those are marijuana fields, 1 mile in diameter. It's huge. I'm surprised they ain't got people running out there in the middle of the night stealing the stuff. I wanted to make a movie. I had to talk to somebody about it. I want to have a movie where these guys, they got drones, and the drone flies out over the marijuana crop. It hooks a plant and it drops a saw down. It saws them, and they haul the plants out with drones. And call it like Sky High. I'll do it. Film me. Yeah, Eugene tried telling me there's no religion related to the treasure hunt and all that. Explain Moses, Eugene. Explain Moses. Right there. Forrest isn't into religion. That's why he has a wooden Moses in his den that watches over him. Leo Salazar was a guru. Leo Salazar. And that was one thing that's really odd when you look up about Leo Salazar and his death. He's undetermined cause. They don't know why Leo Salazar suddenly died. What suddenly killed him? An unknown, not a heart attack. Not you know. But it was right after when Forrest had cancer. And so you wonder if they did a little switcheroo, and well, Moses Jewish, they all were. Oh, Moses was an Egyptian pharaoh. He was related to the pharaohs. What else they do with Moses? They put him in a basket in the creek, right? Shoved him off without a paddle. He didn't have a paddle when they set him free on the river. He drifted down there without a paddle. Moses had no paddle. The story's about Moses. The poem is that people. Who's the voice of the poem? Moses is. You know, they didn't think it was Forrest. Trying to figure who's the voice of the poem. It's Moses. I'd gone alone in there. And with my treasure, he stole the treasure from the Pharaoh. And when he went up the mountain, his people melted it into this golden cow. That's what Bessie. So Bessie's a golden cow. In there, in the wilderness. Yeah. Be it desert or forest or whatever. They were killing all the male babies. Yeah. And some princess or queen found him in the creek. And he grew up living with the pharaohs. And I saw a story. I was watching places. They can't figure out why adopted children would of people develop the same cancer as their adopted family, and that's how they things are like you can inherit from your adopted family. Yeah, well. I told Forrest I was going to call him Dad since I found Moses, and and I got the Buffalo Cowboy car. That's braving in the wood too. So there's a couple of braving in the woods. There's several water highs. There's several where warm waters halts, but all of it ties to Moses. All of this poem. There's just too many. He was wise. He's brave. He's carved in wood. This is Moses in wood, in the wood. He's meek and in the wood. He's brave and in the wood. Forrest wears shorts. He does? I've never seen Forrest wear shorts. Go watch him walk. Somebody suggested, because that one drawing in where that leg is laying there, if he lost a leg falling through the trees or something, but he didn't, because he's standing there after he was rescued in that one picture by the helicopter. I was gonna go down to Santa Fe and get a new copy of the book just to put on the shelf to have a nice copy. Because my copy is, it looks like a truck ran over it. Because I worn it out. And I got highlights everywhere and stuff. Art and frames. Yeah, art in wood frames. The art is in wood frames. Braving in the wood. Sign it and put it on eBay. Sign what? The book? Or my other book, my chase book. and you see it's like torn here. Where else is it torn? Oh, it's torn right here. See this big tear? But I took the jacket and I taped it on the back side to hold it together. But all the stuff's falling. I'll show you where Forrest signed it. He signed this at it was at the Leon Gaspar signing. I got my book signed. I didn't have money to buy the Leon Gaspar book. But he put my name in it at least. So after I get if I get the treasure and the treasure goes into, if I make a contract to display it and all that, then my books are part of the display. So I can't really sell them because they'll be part of the treasure chest. I don't plan on dividing the treasure up at all. it's going to stay complete. You take one thing out of that treasure chest and its value goes down the toilet. It's only worth what it's worth complete. Incomplete, it's only worth the individual items. So, all right. It needs a motor. I'm working on. I was looking at the thing for my wind turbine thing, making a generator for that. What would I do with what? Look. Oh. Oh yeah. Well, the treasure. What would I do with the treasure? I'm gonna either a museum, a contract with a casino or a museum, or some exhibit. You know how they put King Tut's exhibit on tour and it went around the world? Can do that. But there it'll be kind of an auction, a bidding for the highest bidder for the monthly fees that I would get from putting it on exhibit. So if it went around the world at a museum tour, I don't know if it'd make as much as if it was a centerpiece of a casino. A casino, they pay. This is something another searcher told me that I don't care for her no more. That searcher told me about that the Muhammad Ali's punching bag. The casino pays the guy that owns that bag $60,000 a month to have it on exhibit at the Golden Nugget or some casino in Vegas or something. Now, and that's the casino ain't named after the punching bag. But if a casino were to do something like that with the treasure chest, they would build a casino based on the treasure hunt, named for the treasure chest, and it would be the centerpiece, and probably get 600,000 or no 200,000 a month. Yeah, 60,000 a month he gets for the punching bag. But if they're paying 60 for the punching bag, then I think I can get 200 for the treasure, and it would be behind bulletproof glass. You couldn't touch it. You could look at it. Or what I do is they put the bulletproof glass, and I say, okay, well, you put a hole that's big enough for someone to stick their finger through the hole and touch a part of it, maybe, because Forrest wanted people to touch it. So you could have a little hole with a coin that, and they could reach through and touch one of the coins or something. Yeah, I don't know if an individual, you kind of, sometimes the corporations can help you out a whole lot. It's like my art. There's a handful of people that know about my art, but there's millions of people that know about Harrah's and the Golden Nugget and the MGM. They have a bigger audience than I do. Use that, for 50%. Yeah, I don't have to show anybody where Moses is. I don't think I will. Not until the treasure's in my hand. When the treasure's in my hand, then I'd show somebody or give instructions exactly how to find Moses. But it's still been windy every day. The last 2 months, it's been just 30-mile-an-hour winds every day. and that's gotta, because I want to go up there. I can my drone I have, I can get within 6 feet of Moses with my drone and get some good pictures of him. And I'd like to go up there in the winter and when the shadows are right. Moses only comes out like in my picture. He only shows up like that at winter solstice. It's gonna be hard to find him in the summer. I took those pictures within 5 days of winter solstice. And that's when the sun sets far enough in the south to put the shadow on him like it does. And the rest of the time, he's either in the he's in the shadow. And in the daytime at winter solstice, he's in the sunlight where there's no shadows, because you need some shadows. That's why Moses is in the shadows. You see, that's why shadows are important. and Moses had his staff. God gave Moses a staff, right? I got to make. I got to remember to stop at the hardware store and get me a piece of redwood to carve my own staff with. Fly by night rush. Going way back on my repeating. Oh, I was pushing the wrong button. There's a shoelace in that shadow. That's a shoelace. That's his walking stick. I've gone through several. I try and use the ones I find out in the woods, and when I take a break, I sit there and trim the bark off it and carve on it with my knife. But a lot of times, sometimes I'm going along, and I get down in between a rock and it snaps, and so I've gone through a lot of sticks that way. Arm garden, your own gallery. Yeah. I have an invention. It's a little radar dish thing. You put it on your coffee table, and it'll find if there's a fly in the room, it'll find the fly and shoot it down with a laser. Be cool. Under my bed for 30 years. Yeah. I think it might be under Forrest Fenn's bed. It's under his bed or it's in his shower. Sundance, Devil's Tower, First Encounter is the worst. Yeah. Yeah. Check your mail tomorrow, Joe. First Encounters are the worst kind. Yeah. There's supposed to be, this valley's known for its aliens. UFO watchtower is 30 miles to the north. It's near the sand dunes. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Devil's Tower, and he carved it out of mashed potatoes. It's the same type of thing. And it's the chosen one, kind of, right? They were chosen. He was given those visions and brought there by some kind of supernatural power. Same thing with finding Moses. Not under his bed. He won't sleep right. Yeah, I cannot go up there anymore. Yeah. Oh, you know where where this is, where I go to look under Moses, it's like a 45-degree incline. And I got to take a break about every 50 feet. I wish they would have given me they didn't give me a portable bottle because you can fill the portable bottle up off the big bottles I got. Because I sure could have used some portable oxygen for treasure hunting. But it's more weight to carry, but I think you get enough air to handle it. Public used to be allowed. Where? Oh, at Devil's Tower? They won't let people up there anymore? Yeah, with drones, like you're allowed to fly a drone in the national forest, but they don't want you flying them when the birds of prey are nesting. They don't want you messing with eagles and hawks and stuff like that with your drones. I've flown mine and you see an eagle or I hope they stay away from my, because if they come after you, you got to run from them. One thing the drone can do that the eagle can't do is fly straight up. My drone, my drone will go up 850 feet, and you're not supposed to fly it over 400 feet. But when I'm up in the mountains, and where I take off, I'm over 400 feet. But where the drone is, it's not over 400 feet. I fly it up and stay. I'm trying to get on top of the hill with it. and so the altitude, but it's just right. It'll get just to the top of the hill I'm at. Because, like I said, it's like 1,000-foot karst, and Moses is halfway up, so I can get to Moses 500 feet up. But my other drone, I couldn't get to Moses because it would limit to 400 feet from where it takes off. It doesn't consider that you've gone up the side of a hill and you're going to crash into. You're not 400 feet. 400 feet, you're going to crash into the mountain. So it's another. See, I have dead musicians on my boombox. They're all people that have passed. Almost straight up. I've seen people where they fly in their drones and they get attacked by bees. Bees will attack your drones, and they come back with dead bees all over the props. My solo drone, I was down further down. I took off and I flew it down into the canyon. I was already down in the canyon. I flew it down close to the creek to go look at something with it. And the GPS lost the satellite or something, and it drifted toward the hill. And I went, oh no, go up. And it went up, and I hit under a tree, and it bounced off the rock. It tumbled down the rock, and about 5 feet before it was going to go into the creek, it regained control and leveled off. And I went, holy smokes, man, that's amazing. And I flew it back, and it was missing half of one of the props. half of one of the props. So it flew with just 3 good propellers. Yeah, it was I wish it really recorded when I did that, though. That's the problem I had with the solo. It would stop recording. It was really junk. My Hubsan drones are better, except they don't have gimbals. Yeah. Well, you think, oh, it'd be fun to have a drone, but when it's up there in the air and you're trying to, you're worried about it crashing into something, or it tries to take a direct path back and it hits the mountain in between you. and yeah, unless you have insurance on it, there went hundreds of dollars. But I've only got $100 invested in my drone. I'm someone. That's what the song is. I am that I am. That's what he said. Better luck with the passenger pigeon. Yeah, if you could tie a GoPro to the pigeon, show him a picture of Moses, go fly up there, land on his shoulder. You can't land on. Moses is really a flat. It's a flat surface, almost flat surface on the mountain. When I first learned about the chase, I stumbled upon Paul Santisi. He does these meditation videos and stuff. And the video I found of his was the I am the fanatic. And I should end. This is over 2 hours, going on 2.5 hours. Nobody watches 2.5 hour things. They'll follow a live stream for 2.5, but they won't go watch one. Think about bird crow. What do you think? I have a friend that draws a lot of crows. That's her main art thing is crows. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a cat. Just because of the mice. Except that coyotes come by here. Yeah. The writings on the wall, the stuff that the Atlanteans left, Moses, those are writings on the wall. Live for the day. This guy died last year. You can see the speakers flashing on the wall back here. Get a mountain lion cat. Yeah. You know what? Mountain lions really, they like rabbits and marmots and small things. They don't really go after, they're not, they don't, mountain lions aren't stalking deer really, There's plenty of rabbits and marmots for them to eat. And people are a little bigger than they want to tackle. Unless there's something wrong, unless they're sick or starving, broken leg, they might go after a human, But if they're able-bodied mountain lions, they're hunting the marmots and the rabbits. They'll watch you. They'll freak you out if you see them. I've seen one once. I was going by on a motorcycle and stand up top on about a 15-foot rock, sitting on top of the rock, waiting for somebody on a bicycle. Yeah, mice are a problem out here. When you park your RV, they Winnebago doesn't seal everything up. I'll tell you that. Oh, that's my computer decorator. Yeah, I've evicted probably 6 mice in the last 3 days. and it's pretty quiet now. I might have got the last, maybe there might be one left somewhere. I don't know. They get in the wall. They get inside the walls and in the ceiling. And you can't get to them. Where they're at, when I hear them, I'm gonna get some spray foam. And when I hear them in the wall, I'm gonna put a little hole in the wall and fill that area up with spray foam. Might seal them in. Oh yeah, they make the sound marmots do. Mountain lions speak marmot. They squeak. They're calling the marmots. Marmots do that. So it might be a marmot. It might be a mountain lion. Somebody was saying that they're making bird sound. No, it's not a bird. That's the sound that the marmots make. That's what they love marmots. Marmots are probably 10 or 15 pounds. It's a good meal for her. Yeah, marmots are brown too. And the beavers are brown. But where Moses is below a cabin that was owned by a guy, or it was a hideout for Albert Brown. Albert Brown was part of Butch Cassidy's gang. Yeah, that's the mammoth figures that are up here. Yeah, they're extinct. They've been extinct for 12,000 years. And so these mammoth carvings have to be at least 12,000 years old. Yeah.
Mama was a holy one.
Mama was a holy one?
Right. Now I'm trapping away, and I hear myself say.
We'll end at the end of this song. End of the song, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you do live videos, if you do live streams, after you say goodbye, silently count to 5 before you push the X, before you end, because YouTube will cut off your goodbye. So you have 5 seconds of silence before you end. Myself say. This guy, he died last year. I really liked his music. I have another CD of his that I gotta transfer to MP3. I think I put the Fanatic song on. That's one thing in this boombox. The when you put the SD card in, it doesn't do shuffle. It'll play it from start to finish. There's no shuffle. You can advance a track, back a track, but I wish it had a shuffle. And you can't see the title of the song on it. That's another.
As I'm trapping away, trapping away, trapping away, and I hear myself say,
This guy's name was Rocky. He brushy one string. Yeah. This guy sings a lot of marijuana songs. His band is Quarter Bones, which is a roach, a quarter of a joint. A bone is a joint, and a quarter bone is a quarter of a joint. So he has "Smoking with My Friends," one of his songs and stuff. All right, goodbye.